today's mission, define a viral angle and how it helps you get views within short form video content, show you the steps to finding viral angles for your ideas with the FDA strategy, and show you how to gauge performance of an angle before uploading. Hey, my name is Nishane and I made my first 100K as a freelance content producer, which led to me falling in love with social media and helping brands grow. So I started Arctic Studios, which has generated over 1 billion organic views for my clients. But oh, if you're so good, why don't you do it yourself? Well, I also practice what I preach, creating our own videos here and there to keep those people that say that at bay. But if you're watching this, you're clearly competent and not a troll. This video is for anyone looking to leverage news and craft a story that aligns with their brand instead of regurgitating what's already been said. And I want to show you how this played out in the real world recently with some massive news you probably heard. First, let's define a viral angle. So imagine an event occurring, an objective event, which means there is only one interpretation. There was a car accident on ABC Street. Grand Theft Auto 6 is delayed again. The Knicks win the NBA Finals. Hopefully. But how you attack each event is an angle. The popular choice is to repeat the event with a megaphone, which is what big news outlets do, which is completely fine. But then how are you supposed to compete with that, right? You always have to be first, and if you're not, you just fall into the void. So this is why I use the FDA approach when my team and I get tasked to create something from news that released. So a couple days ago, Jason Tatum, an NBA player, tore his Achilles in the playoffs. Massive news. Hopefully he comes back stronger, otherwise the memes and all the jokes aren't going to be funny, it's going to be straight bullying. But I saw the different ways people took to social media. Majority just reported the same thing. NBA star Tatum injured or something like that. Then a really cool post was by a doctor. He broke down the footage and gave his analysis. Then I saw another talking about the flood of injuries in the NBA recently and if it had to do anything with the terrible scheduling which didn't give players enough rest. Now each angle falls right into the FDA strat. F is first, which is the first thing that comes to mind. So everyone reporting that Tatum got injured will fall right into this. D equals deeper. Can we add depth to this news? This would be the doctor breaking down the injury. A is adjacent. Is there another story that can use this event as a catalyst, which is the conversation on NBA scheduling? Now, each piece of content has its own mission. Anyone in F just wanted to report the news, basically just get eyeballs. D, they wanted to bring more attention to their unique abilities. The doctor broke down the injury, an analyst might speak on what this means for the playoffs. In A, you're trying to showcase your unique voice and creative ability. Those that talked about the NBA scheduling, maybe someone making a list of the worst NBA injuries, maybe dive into more injury-related content like what's the most popular injury in every sport or something like that. So you take an event that occurred and use it as a catalyst for your mission or a piece of content. Now finding these angles is going to help you get views for short form video platforms simply because it's different. The feed is going to be flooded with the same news in every single video. The viewer will be immune to the shock factor of the event, but if you add a twist, you'll be able to recapture that tension. Now, how do you gauge performance before dumping time and money into a video? By buying my Gauge Performance course for only $9. No, I'm kidding. Okay, in reality, there is so much nuance to it, and every niche is different, but I'm gonna give you some general tips. At the end of the day, the viewer needs to watch for selfish reasons. They don't owe you anything. You have to create curiosity that isn't outlandish and clickbait to attract viewers in today's day and age. You need to have a single powerful question that hasn't been answered recently to drive your idea. Does your angle have that? Will your hook effectively communicate that question quickly? Is the angle about something you only care about, or is it actually interesting? The more reps you get in, the more your instincts are sharpened about your audience. Like when we get asked to enter a new niche, we're not going to lie and say, yup, we know everything, because we don't. But we have the systems in place to get to that point where we know your audience inside and out, and it's the same for you. Think of it like startup capital for a business. You're putting in time and money to create content and collect data. But then with that data, you can create better and better content, eventually in the long run, recouping those initial costs. So next time you see some big news, run it through FDA and see how you can create something different. Hope you got something out of today's topic, and I'll see you in the next one.